sure everybody knows who we are. When we say my hero, you scream zero. Let's try this out. We are my hero.
I think we are going to have to get a fifth member.
Just a deal breaker.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah. He'll be the judge. We'll give him a gavel and we'll say, you make the rulings.
Initial band, which I'm the only original member of, started in 2008. Being in the band is a lot of fun. It allows me to exercise some creativity, which I enjoy.
Mike and I knew each other for a long time. We were both in different bands over the years. In the band just means a lot to me because I get to do what I love, play music, and make a living off of it. Jason, we met 2 years ago, year and a half, almost 2 years ago.
Almost 2 years ago.
Jason came on board in 2010, and we kind of changed.
We were a much different band.
Yeah, changed the dynamic of the band, and that's really the My Hero Zero that people know today. That's really when it started. My Hero Zero started as a three-piece, and we did a lot more standard rock songs. I've known Greg for a whole bunch of years, and his band was, I think, dissolving at the time, and he had asked if we'd be interested in a four-piece because two guitars sound way better than one guitar. Actually, that's when Greg joined is when we took over the Thursday night spot at the Saloon, which has been where My Hero Zero basically grew and you know, started getting fans and whatnot.
Steve, our original singer, who is an old friend of Mike and mine, took a guitar hired gun position with a national touring act out of Baton Rouge.
And then we were left like, what are we going to do? And we had a month and a half.
We really knew whoever we found to be the fourth member of the band, the band was going to change to adapt to that identity.
My Hero Zero called about 2 years ago and said, hey, we're looking for a new lead singer. Ours is going to go on tour with a different band, and would you be interested? We could be a similar booking agent. And I said, yeah, why don't we get together and talk and see what it's like.
Jason was that little coffee house acoustic guy sitting on a stool. I was like, we gotta work, we got our work cut out here, But I could totally see this talent, and he was like a sponge.
My vocal range has increased. I took dance classes because I look awful when I put the guitar down. I'm not saying I look a whole lot better now, but at least I feel comfortable doing it. So just a huge adjustment, but once I made it and really got into the role of being the front man, I'm having a great time.
But with him joining the band, we couldn't do all the songs that we did with Steve. So we then had to like look at it and go, well, what could we do? And then that's where we started taking songs and changing their key, changing the arrangement, gluing another song to it. Next thing you know, like a year later, you'd have old fans come back and they're like, you are a totally different band. And we were. But it was a good thing, because honestly, if we were still playing just rock music, I don't think it would have, or we'd be as successful as fortunately we have been. Unfortunately, in bands, there are times where you're not seeing eye to eye, like ever, and that causes a problem, and that's what happened with our old drummer. It was tough. I mean, because I was friends with him for a long time.
I'm pretty much like the newest guy in the band. Just got in there.
About bringing in a 19-year-old drummer, you know, a kid drummer who did not have any experience in what we did. It was a huge gamble that totally paid off.
I met Noah at a talent show.
Yeah, it was at the State Theater.
Drum off.
Happy Valley's Got Talent. A really random kind of run-in.
He won his age group.
Yeah.
12 to 15.
He met up with me after. He told me, he's like, hey man, great job. I like enjoyed his act too. So I, was saying that, and then he mentioned that and gave me like a card. It was like, email me. So I was just at a talent show, which is funny because I didn't even want to do it in the first place necessarily. My dad told me about it. He was like, just go, like, what bad can come out? I was like,
He brings more of that rock back into the thing because he's such a powerful drummer.
in my other bands before this, I was just all original bands. I was playing like really progressive stuff that was drastically different than what I do now. These mashups are kind of a way to like you get comfy with the song because you put it together in a nice arrangement.
It's trite.
I feel a little tight with it,
It's a trite thing to say, but we like to make covers our own.
Yeah.
Every band says that. They always like to say, "I make covers our own." But it's true. Yeah, it's true.
But we really.
We're not those guys. We're not those.
So call me baby, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me baby, and all the other boys try to chase me, but here's my number.
People will say like, oh, so I was listening to this one song, and then like the song kept going, and I was singing this other song, and I realized like, oh, My Hero Zero, like, they
You
got me.
guys.
Yeah.
You did it again.
And you should know that, stay with us now. Let's go all the way tonight. No regrets, just a weekend dance until we down. You and I sing this, we'll be young forever. You make me feel like I'm living.
I mean, some of these songs, some of the mashups we do, we're in here for a couple hours.
Just discussing.
Button heads on, I think it should go this way, or just, trying all the different ways. I think our finished product, I think everybody's very proud of, but it's not always an easy course getting there, and it's just like writing an original song. You go through the same process.
Perfect.
Cut, Prince. That was awful.
That's awful.
We start that
just
slow
got
down a
worse,
little bit
too.
earlier.
On the last thing, like.
Mashups are more difficult in one way because you have so many decisions to make. Essentially, the options are endless. So when we do original music, we can't do a good original song. It's got to be great.
It's got to be good in that first 30 seconds, or or else it's you know, it's just not gonna hold up next to the other things that we're throwing in.
It actually took me a while to actually write a song where they go, yeah, that'll work. I think that's gonna be good. We'll be able to get people to, you know, sing along and dance and stuff.
Jason, being an acoustic guy who can write a song and have it sound really good by himself, makes it very easy for the rest of us, because we know we can sit there and add and you know, take a little bit of it and switch it and stuff like that, and it's still going to be good.
What this is really truly how you feel. I need to know that this is more than just sex appeal. I got friends who believe that there's something more. I don't subscribe to the theory that we're young and bored, and I can try to define. See, all the time there's a feeling on my mind, and no matter what I do, it survives. You might say I'm reckless, but I want to test this because I want to know that this is really all we are.
There are 2 or 3 that we perform a lot, and there's about 6 that are ready to go.
Here's one of our songs. If you guys haven't heard it yet, we wrote it so that you can sing along very easily. It goes like this. Let me hear you now. Well, everybody say, hey, we got the right kind of beat to make it stay all night. He said, hey, we got the juice going.
So it takes us a while to actually, you know, we have to revisit them a lot before we want to bring them out, because we don't want to play songs out that aren't good, like, you know, aren't where they could be. And unfortunately, one of the best ways to get a song to its potential is to play it over and over and over and perform it. We end up waiting on songs a lot longer than we could if we were willing to just bring them out and have subpar original music that we're playing. But we wait until they're really ready, and I think our goal is by the fall semester to have something, you know, at least 7 or 8 songs, something that we could actually print on a disc and sell. All of the people who come out to see us play and scream Zero and sing the things that we do and do the line dance song that we put together, and all people who are willing to do that are part of, I mean, that's the reason why we're able to do this as our job. And so when we say we are My Hero Zero, it's kind of this awesome phenomenon that we're a part of.
And as far as like our shows, it's just about taking people from whatever they're doing, whatever thing that they might have going on that day, and letting them let loose, have fun, you know, sing along. It's just about having a good time.
The whole energy of dealing with the crowd and seeing how much enjoyment people actually get out of it, that alone changes the whole feel of playing the stuff.
As far as I'm concerned, we have made it, you know, definitely on a smaller scale. There's no lack to what I think we've accomplished so far, and we are now working harder than we ever have before. So I think that it's been a good ride, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Oh, I love it. Let's do it again. We are My Hero. Yeah! All right.